All right, guys, as we put a bow on Super Bowl 60, we're not going anywhere until we look ahead at next year. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code FFHH when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook.
Oh, the crown is yours.
The crown is yours. Last call, way too early. Super Bowl favorites, of course, for next year. Seattle and the Rams at the top of this board at plus 950. The top AFC team is the Bills at plus 1100 here, followed by the Eagles. And then there's the Patriots down the board here. Jay, are you already getting involved here? Is there a value play? Do you like betting Super Bowl this early? Is there a way to... like an advantage in a way, pre-draft, pre-free agency?
Yeah, the advantage would be just being able to calibrate a team's upside through the cap space that they have for the most part, and the fact that a team is going to naturally improve. Now, the irony is that, to your point, the Seahawks, who are already the favorites, have a lot of cap space. It's just so tough with their division. The two bets that I would look at, and one of them you're going to think is silly, the other one not as silly. But the first one, Indianapolis Colts, a 60-1. And they were 10 weeks into the season. They were the favorites to win the AFC. We forget that. And I think that with Daniel Jones hopefully being healthy for the start of the season, a full year of Sauce Gardner, look, I don't think that they should be a top 3 or top 4 favorite in the AFC, but I think that the AFC just looks a little bit more vulnerable than it did, even a year ago when it looked like it was just this complete dominance of Mahomes, Lamar, and Allen at the top, and no one else was going to get in. Well, between them, those three guys, they won one playoff game combined this season, and there's question marks about all three of those teams. So I think that the AFC just being, somewhat not necessarily wide open, but we just saw an underdog come from nowhere to make the Super Bowl out of the AFC. So I think that the Colts do have upside, despite my homerism there. And then so Burks and Flannels, what's the parlay for who's Jay's favorite team will be next? I'm a Colts fan. I'm a diehard Colts fan.
Yeah. What other bandwagon will he jump on?
You'll pick up an NFC team along the way.
Could have been the Jags if they hadn't screwed me in the wild card round against the Bills. Alas, they have some work to do to win back my heart. The other team, though,
I could see this. I could see the Saints. I could see Jay crawling back to the Saints.
Yeah.
Tyler Shuck.
Yeah. Him and Shuck were pals at Radio Row.
Yeah. Shuck wagon. I like Tyler Shuck. I don't think he's going to be in the Super Bowl, but I like Tyler Shuck. The other bet, the Chiefs at 15-1, which is almost an annual tradition for me at this point. I assume that Mahomes is going to be right, at least somewhat early in the season. And just the idea, like the Chiefs have longer odds right now than the Patriots. If you made me choose one of those teams to get out of the AFC next year, odds agnostic, I would take Kansas City. I think that another year for guys like Josh Simmons to get experience and fortify the offensive line. The defense can be fortified a little bit as well. And I think that it's still Patrick Mahomes who has a good chance to be the best player in football next year. And just Patrick Mahomes at 15-1 to win the Super Bowl doesn't strike the right, doesn't feel correct to me.
I mean, speaking about how wide open the AFC is, I feel like people are just forgetting the Broncos were the number 1 seed, and probably, if Bo Nix doesn't break his ankle,
right. I agree.
Probably go to the Super Bowl, and I think they would have been a much better match for Seattle. So, they have a good young quarterback. They're developing some of their offensive players. Another year with RJ Harvey, third year for Bo Nix, obviously an elite defense. The Broncos, to me, I think, I don't know what their odds are, but the Broncos, to me, I think would be a very
18-1.
I mean, I don't think they should be that low, right? So the Broncos would be really interesting to me at 18-1. Connor, any team that stands out to you?
I like the Niners at 17-1 with the thinking that, man, they ran out of people on defense this year. And I know they lose Robert Saleh, but they already replenished that staff right away. Raheem Morris is a hell of a coach. They have really good assistants. The fact that they made it as far as they did without Nick Bosa, they lost their first-round pick, Mykel Williams, really, really early on. They got some work to do to replenish that wide receiver room for sure. They're going to be without George Kittle for a bit there as well. But I just buy the dip on Kyle Shanahan whenever you can. It's a good business to be in that with his win total, with Super Bowl odds at 17-1. If the Niners make some improvements and get healthy, I think when the season opens, they won't be 17-1. They'll probably be 13 or 12-1. So they're just an easy team to buy into with the stability they have schematically on both sides of the ball.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.